Hey, Tom. Where you at? Come over here, Tom. Help me out. There's Tom. There you go, Tom. Get your back scratch. Get your back scratch. All right. Good morning, all. Here's a simple power supply. Tom's going to narrate for us. And the complaint is that we have 110. It's selectable up here. You can either wire into 0 and the 115 terminal or 0 and the 230 volt AC terminal. But the complaint is they have 115 applied to the input, but they have no output. There's no DC out. So let me draw the circuit out real quick for you, and we'll go from there. Here is a bridge rectifier. I always like to start right there, drawing out the bridge rectifier. So see if I can do this getting around the camera. There's my 4 diodes inside the bridge rectifier. What's the part number here? Can I see it? Looks like DI106. All right, let's write that right there. DI106. We'll bring the AC in. This would be called AC1, and this would be called AC2 in the data sheet. And then we're going to have a ground and a positive output. We'll draw our little ground symbol right here. The ground is on the 2 anodes of these diodes right here, and the positive output is on the 2 cathodes of these diodes right here. Alright, let's bring this back to the primary. We have to have AC input to the bridge rectifier. Looks like we have a fuse. Okay, let's draw a fuse in here. It's a little odd they got the fuse on the secondary. This time the fuse is on the primary side. But in this case, the fuse is on the secondary side. That's odd. This side's the primary, this side's the secondary. And here's the fuse. Oh. Here's the winding of the secondary. Now there's 2 taps here on the primary. One for 115 and one for 220. Okay, let's draw. We also have a protective earth terminal. Let's draw our connector. Now we still don't know why we have a problem, why no output, but I find that in mapping these circuits out, I always manage to bump into the problem. So we're going to call this 0. We'll name this PE. Goes to the screw right here. We'll name this terminal 115, just like on the decal right here. We'll name this one 230. Let's extend out our iron core. Now, for the secondary side, we already have the fuse and the bridge rectifier drawn out. Let's continue on. Now, the positive side of our bridge rectifier is this corner. It goes to a resistor. Let's see, I need a flashlight to see what value resistor that is. It looks like, I guess I'm going to have to measure it. I can't see down in there, but it's in the K, maybe 1K, 1.2K. Grab my meter, will be off the screen here, but we'll see real quick. Okay, it's 2.2K. Okay. Let's draw that in our circuit. It's 2.2K. And it looks like it goes to this green LED. So here's the positive side. So the other side has to be the anode of the green LED for current to flow through it. Okay, GRN for green. And the other side goes to the negative side of the bridge rectifier. Okay, so those grounds are connected together. This ground of the negative side of the bridge rectifier and the cathode side of the green LED are connected together. Where do we go now? According to my eyes, there's only two more components on the secondary side that we haven't got to, and that's this capacitor and this connector. Okay, so let's see. There's the ground side of the capacitor. Goes to the negative side. So the positive side of the electrolytic capacitor is right here. And it goes to the positive side of the bridge rectifier. The negative side of the electrolytic capacitor goes to bus ground. So these three grounds are all tied together. Now for the connector. This is the plus terminal of the connector. There's the plus. There's the negative side. And the negative side connects to ground. And this capacitor, what's its value? It's 470 microfarad. At 40 volts. So the output here cannot be greater than 40 volts, otherwise we'll overvolt that capacitor. Let's start looking for problems. Let's start on the primary side here, make sure we have good connection. Now we bring our meter in. I'm going to go over here real quick and get a sip of my coffee. I'll be right back. Hey, Tom. Let's take a break. What you doing, Tom? Tom wants me to scratch his back. Okay, come on. Scratch your back. There you go. You good kitty cat. You good kitty cat. There you go. All right, we're back. Get my close-up glasses on. Now we're going to check a few items here before we get done. I especially want to check the fuse first. Alright, that fuse is good. It's not blown, which indicates, unless somebody's already replaced the fuse, that we're not going to find any shorted devices over here. Alright, let's check the... Can y'all see that? We're going to check this bridge rectifier right here. Let's put the black lead on plus, the red lead on minus. Okay, it's not shorted. Leave the black lead on plus. Now let's go to AC1. We have a diode drop of 0.568 volts. Here's AC2. We have a diode drop, the same, 0.568 volts. Alright, now put the red lead on the minus terminal and the black lead on AC1. We have a diode drop of 0.555 volt. Let's go to AC2 with the black lead. Whoop, get on there. We have a diode drop of 0.556 volt. That's good. We already measured the 2.2 kilo ohm resistor, but let's check. Whoa, get back here. Let's check the LED. Now you can light up an LED with your meter in diode test mode. Let's see. Get on there. I'm slipping off. Okay. We have a diode voltage drop of 1.832. And I don't know if you can see it, but I can see it. That LED is lit up. Not very bright. Not very bright at all. Let's go across the capacitor, the electrolytic capacitor. Okay, we're charging up that capacitor to 1.119 volt diode drop. So everything over here appears to be good. Let's check the windings of the secondary. Let's see how many ohms that is. We have 3.2 ohms on the secondary winding. Now let's go to the primary. We'll check these windings. Let me get right here. Okay, this terminal right here is 0. 0 goes to this point right here. This terminal on the transformer looks like the 115 input. It's 89.3 ohms from 0 to 115. Let's go from 0 to 220. We have 498.8 ohms. So far, oddly enough, but everything looks good. So, I'm not finding any problems yet. Let's see what we got at the main terminals. I run the screws down so that we don't have a misreading. Here's 0 to 115, 89.3. Here's 230 to 0. It's a little bit odd. A little bit higher. That's 1.98 meg. What's going on there? Let's go from the terminal to this connection right here. So I'm losing connection from the transformer to the terminal. Let's go here, see what we get. Okay, I got 0 ohms there. Let's go from here to here. Got 0 ohms there. Well, that's strange. You know, I'm going to reflow the solder on these connections. It looks like we have some bad solder joints. Get my magnifying glass out. I'm going to look at these connections on the transformer. Oh, look at that. I see cracked solder joints on the transformer pins going to the traces. Now the secondary side looks okay. It's on the primary side where I see the cracked solder joints. Let me reflow all the solder here and we'll see what happens. We'll fire it up after I do that. Let my soldering iron heat up. Let's remove the old solder. Around so I can hold it. Moving around on me. There we go. Go ahead and reflow the fuse. Put some flux on these pins right here, just a little bit. Come on. See what we get now. That's good. That's good. That's good. .6 ohms from 0 to 115 terminals. 501 ohms from 0 to the 230 terminal. I'm going to clean up the bottom of this board now, and we'll fire it up. We'll apply 115 volts to the input terminals, and we'll see what we get on the output. If we still don't have an output, I'm going to reflow these parts right here, because I think that transformer is good. Okay, we take that board over to the cleaning station. We'll clean up the bottom of that board, and I'll be right back. Okay, there's our connection to 115. Let's apply 115 to the input side of that power supply. Hey, look at that. We got a green LED. Nice. Let's see what our voltage is on the output side. Run those terminal screws down so I have a good connection to the meter. Okay, here we go. Black lead on the negative terminal, red lead on the positive terminal. And we have, let me turn that light on. We have 29.49 volts DC. Awesome. All right. Good job, all. You fixed another one. That was nice. Simple broken solder joint on the transformer leads. Nice. All right, all. We're done for the day. Today's Sunday. Let's go rest.